All right, Shalom, Shalom. The Hebrew Israelites, the brother Abadia, the brother
Shaw.
We want to give all honor, glory, and praises
To YAHAWAH, SHAM, YASHARAHLA, QADASH.
the Most High Elders, the great millstone, taught us the truth in the spirit, singing us to the elect, peace and blessings to the 1/3, and to the confusion faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This is post Passover video. Blessed to take the test of faith, selected by wisdom is our blessing. And it's heavy because his brother was reading Wisdom of Solomon 6. He was bringing out some precepts, and he brought it to my attention, which we know. But the brother was like, man, he said, man, you really got to be chosen, and we already know that. But he brought out a precept, and it was heavy because, like in society, they'll tell you, oh, have you accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior? But the Bible says different. YAHAWASHI said, you have not chosen me, I have chosen you. So when you hear that, it's like this path we on, this journey we on. You know how Jake in the world say, man, I ain't choose this life chose me. We can say the same thing, but not on the left hand side.
I didn't ask to be here.
Yeah, I ain't asked to be here. I just showed up and showed out. Like Jeremiah, he was a young boy, but the Lord said, I ordained thee to be a prophet. We've been ordained to take up the plow, to dig the soil, to plant the seeds, to water it with this truth. So yeah, something you want to open up with? All right, before you do that, I want to open up with Matthew chapter 13, verse 14 through 17.
Matthew chapter 13.
Verse 14 through 17. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed. So that means it says their eyes they have closed, meaning that they willfully being ignorant. They're willfully being blind to the truth. All right. At least at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted. Convert means with the truth, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Baba Kushai, can you get St. John chapter 10, I think verse 13.
St. John.
But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. 10. 13. Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for. Let me see. Verse 14 through 16.
This is John chapter 10, verse 14. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep. I am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I am the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep.
He didn't say all, he said he laid down his life for the sheep. Go ahead.
John chapter 10, verse 16. Another sheep I have which are not of this fold.
He have sheep which are not of this fold. Remember, during that time, only the southern kingdom was there when YAHAWASHI was on the scene. Sheep of the other fold would be the northern kingdom that will be on this side of the earth, where we are to this day in the United States, also known as Babylon in the Bible.
Hear my voice. Them also must bring and shall hear my voice. Okay, this is John chapter 10, verse 16. And other sheep I have which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Notice it said, hear my voice. But there's a scripture where it says, you are not of my sheep, therefore you hear not my voice. But that goes back to Matthew 13, where 13 and 16, blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Why? Because we are that fold that YAHAWASHI chose. Remember the scripture says, many are called, but few are chosen. But going back to, you have not chosen me, I have chosen you. Like Jonah. Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh. But the Lord don't give a damn about what you say, what you think of him. You know? Like in Romans the 9th chapter, what it says, who was ever able to resist his will? You can't resist the will of the Lord. Moses told Pharaoh to let my people go. The Lord said, I'll harden his heart will show you my power. So your will was to get your people free, Moses. The Lord said, nah, I'm going to harden his heart. Nineveh, Jonah had to go there. He didn't want to go. Lord capsized the ship. He still had to go. Yahawashi cried 3 times to the Most High Yahweh to take the cup from him. The Lord didn't even look at him, didn't even acknowledge him. You can't resist the will of the Lord, right? Just like it was our will to be ordained to do this, you know. And even the scripture says the deceived and the deceiver are his. So pray not that you be in that lot where you are deceived or be a deceiver. All right? Because someone who's accustomed to telling a lie, every time you tell a lie, your brain records it. So you keep telling a lie long enough, you yourself know that you are a liar. Because your brain has already acknowledged that and has already told you that. But because you tell it so often, your lie starts to become your truth. And now you just become delusional. Right? But anyhow, going back, Matthew 13:17, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not hope, and have not heard them. That's why it's a blessing to take this test of faith. All right? Because you've been selected, you've been chosen to be a part of something that's better than you ever thought you could imagine to have in this society, in this lifestyle, in this life, in this lifetime. All right. Ephesians 2:8, Brother Bishop. No, that was it. Ephesians 2:8. You know, going back to understanding. If you understand this truth, that's a blessing, because the Lord has enlightened you. All right. Those who don't have the truth, they're not enlightened. Therefore, like how I said, they love the darkness more than the light. You know, because once you shine that light on them, they have no choice but to see who they really are.
Kind of what they say, the light, the dark comprehend it not. The scripture say that the dark can't comprehend his light. The dark cannot comprehend the light.
The dark can't, the wicked can't. That's why the scripture says, it says the wicked. Oh man, say that again. Oh, it says the dark
can't comprehend the light.
Right, that reminded me of something in Daniel when you said that about the wicked not understanding. I think it's Daniel 12. Let me get that really quick. Right, the dark, because the light is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
People can't walk around. People can't figure out how to walk around with a lamp. They're like, damn, why you walk around with a lamp in the dark? I know that's kind of awkward. But
I like that. But that's spiritual.
Flashlight in the daytime.
I like that. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. That don't mean literally you're going to turn white, you know what I mean? But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So who are the wise? The wise would have to be the righteous, because the wicked won't understand, only the wise would. What's the opposite of the wicked? The righteous. So those in the darkness, they love wickedness, because they don't want to, they abhor the righteous.
All the goodies in the dark.
All the what?
The goodies in the dark.
Yeah, they all the goodies in the dark. I like that. This guy here. What was that you said real quick? I gotta find that. Darkness. Darkness.
Comprehend
not. All right. Go ahead. I'll read that about Bishop.
This is Ephesians 2:8. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of Yahawah.
Right. So it says faith. It says faith. By grace you are saved through faith and not of yourselves. It is the gift of Yahweh. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Like in this society, you could be working really hard at a job and they see you catching this bus every day, catching cabs and everything for like 2 years. All of a sudden, the manager at your job buys you a car. You know, oh my God, I didn't think. In your mind, you're saying, oh, I'm blessed. But we know blessed means to bow down. But in your mind, you say, "Oh my God, I've been blessed," right? Because that's like a gift. You've been gifted a car. I got a homie in the world. He was gifted a car just because of who he is. I know this guy. Trust me, this man. People done some of the craziest things for him just because of his character, right? But at the same time, the man would mind putting you 6 feet under. It's people like that in the world, like King David. He's a man after the Most High's heart, but he killed tens of thousands of people. Like I say, a man should be able to take a life at night and then hold a baby, a newborn baby, the same day. It's a part of life, life and death, up and down, good and bad, darkness and light, But going back to what you had said, that one about darkness not comprehending the light, that was a good one. This is St. John chapter 1, verse 5. And the light shineth in darkness. That's us. We speaking this truth in all this darkness around us. And the darkness comprehended not, which is, I thought the water for you saying that, because that brought up that Matthew 13 I brought up earlier. Blessed are our eyes because we see, and our ears so they hear. Because at the end of the day, we are here. We are in the last hours, the last minutes of Babylon, and people still looking for answers.
Preparing ourselves for the last seat, which is the last seat, the judgment seat.
That's a video in itself. Preparing ourselves for the last seat, the judgment seat.
My last video, the last seat.
The last seat. And on top of that, I wouldn't care if I had the last seat on the chariot. Right? So we're preparing ourselves for the judgment seat and for the last seat on the chariot. But now we're on the last seconds, last minutes, last seconds of Babylon. And we can see what's going on. We have the answers. But nobody wants to hear it. Why? Because they mean they will have to look in the mirror and change their ways. And they're not willing to do that. Because they mean they will have to humble themselves. And pride won't allow them to do that. Because America tells you to be independent, to be proud, to be egotistical, to be arrogant, to be boastful. Since when ashes supposed to be proud? That's all we are, is ashes. Why should we supposed to be proud? Once again, it's a blessing for us to know who we are as a people, right? Can you imagine knowing you were stolen, sold, raped, robbed, murdered, just castrated, dehumanized, never made a part of society, and even to this day it's like that. But because they can make a profit off of you, I always tell Negroes they'll never accept you, only tolerate you, and tolerate you enough so they can just discard you out as a husk. But then when you come to realize all this happened because it's in the Bible, you be like, what? Oh shoot, we the Lord's people? Oh, we on the curses because of this and that? Then you become enlightened. And then you got a lot of people who, hell, they despise being Israelites. What they say they'd rather go back to Egypt. Remember? They're in the wilderness crying and bickering. They say they'd rather go back to Egypt and be a slave. That's why the Lord said, is Israel a homeborn slave? We trying to tell y'all, man, start having that slave mentality. You are royalty. All right? It's something that we know that you don't know. Can you get me finish that real quick, No, don't worry about it. You get me Ecclesiastes after Proverbs. Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Things like verse 6. No, it's not. 7.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon earth. And I always use this analogy. Look at the movie Django. You saw Edomites. You saw Edomites who are servants on horses. You saw princes who are Israelites walking upon the ground. Django will be the Israelite. Leonardo DiCaprio, what's the Loveless, whatever his name is. Even though Leonardo DiCaprio in real life is an Israelite, his character would have been an Edomite, right? So that they literally showed that in that movie, that right there being manifested. That's bringing light to the darkness. Because the word Israel, loosely translated into the Hebrew, is pronounced YASHARAHLA. Yah meaning he, Shar meaning prince, Allah meaning power. Loosely translated, we are princes of God, sons of God. So knowing that and looking at the predicament we're in, That's the chastisement you get from a royal father. The Lord ain't gonna take no PlayStation from you. He not gonna take no allowance from you. He ain't gonna ground you. Lord gonna send you a famine. Lord gonna send your enemies over you. The Lord gonna send you plagues. The Lord will have it to where you're the tail and the heathens who the Lord said, who have been reputed as nothing shall be above you. That's his power. That's how he thinks.
You say, your enemy shall be lords over you.
Mm-hmm. Hence, you have something called a living word. As you said it, if the earth be made for our sakes, why do we not have a hand in it? In other words, how can the earth be made for us, but we got to pay Esau a mortgage on the earth that was created for us? Hence, they are our landlords. They are lords over our own land. Gad to this day got to pay fucking rent on their own land. Think about that. That was a prime example of what you said. They shall be lords over you. They are. You literally got something called landlord, you know. So when you see all this darkness and you're trying to comprehend why it's happening, you got to come to the light, right? Like even rehearsing the righteous acts in Babylon, you know, keeping the Passover, you know, trying to keep the Shabbat to the best of your days, you know, examining ourselves. Women been having the once in the eye. It's so easy nowadays, especially nowadays. It's so easy, especially when you walk with confidence, you walking in the spirit, you know. Like I told my auntie, it's 3 things the Lord blessed me with. I never say it was me. The Lord blessed me with it. The Lord blessed me with good genetics. He blessed me with charisma and blessed me with faith. You know, that's what the Lord blessed me with. But just having the RAWACHAA QADASH is a blessing in itself. When this society collapses, when all this fall, what's more precious? What has more value than faith in these last days? These people have faith in this society and it's crumbling. So then when it crumbles, what would they have faith in? We know that what we believe in is in the heavens is crumbling in society. So when his kingdom come, why would we not have faith? YAHAWASHI said, when the Son of Man comes, shall he find faith upon earth? Right? Stay in frame, bro. Tired. No. Do you give me Hebrews 11:1, Baba Gashaw? Yo, it's a blessing to understand this. Yo, stop looking for numbers. Stop looking for numbers, yo. Yeah, the Lord deal with numbers. 144,000, 1/3, 2/3, 24 elders, the 12 tribes of Israel, all of that. The Lord deals with numbers. 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. All of that. The Lord deals with all of that. Remember this though. Only 1 man can go in at a time. Meaning that the entrance to the kingdom of heaven is in a tight, narrow place. But they said you have fire and water on each side. This faith that we have, man, is something that it's something you can't grasp. It's not tangible. Right? The Lord is a spirit. Go ahead.
Now, faith is substance of things.
You gonna call it?
Sorry. Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Verse 2.
For by the elders obtaining a good report.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtain a good report. So we believe in something that they can't see. But because they can't see it, does that mean that we shouldn't believe it? It's like, yo, I see it. It's like, I don't see what you're talking about. It's like, yeah, maybe I'm tripping. No.
They ain't got time for the things they can't see.
They ain't got the spirit to see the things.
This whole thing is about patience, man.
They can't see the things we see because they don't have the spirit to see it. I mean, the scripture says if our gospel be hid, it's because the God of this world has blinded them. That's why they still in darkness. He didn't give them the RAWACHAA QADASH to reveal to show the light. They ain't got the light. Verse 6, Baba Kusha. And they ain't got this either.
Verse 6.
Hebrews 11:6.
Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it's impossible to please him. For he that For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is the reward of them that diligently seek him.
Let's see, y'all. It says, without faith, it's impossible to serve him. So, in order for you to serve the Lord, they mean that you have to have faith. But remember, that's a gift. Hey, let it sink in, yo. Faith was given to you, but the only way faith was able to be attained by you, YAHAWASHI had to die for you to get it. Now, what did you do to get it? You didn't have to do a damn thing. Let's be honest. Because YAHAWASHI chose us. Yeah, we believe. Let me say this, y'all. Let me say this. I speak as a man. We believed. We had to have been those who believed the word to understand it today. Because Malachi 3:16, the book of remembrance was made for those who what? Who feared the Lord and thought upon his name.
And that goes to the precept where it said there will be many created, but a few shall be saved.
Meaning that called.
Judgment? No, there'll be many created for this world, but a few shall be saved.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the apocryphal. Right. This word created for many, but the word will come for few. Exactly. That's why you said, now why I mentioned numbers. If the scripture says the slain of the Lord shall be many, but don't look for many people to be following, to be trying to grasp on what you're saying. Right? So, in other words, you need to focus on your salvation and pray for those who are in the same realm, in the same body as YAHAWASHI. Go ahead.
Hebrews 11:6 again.
Hebrews 11:6 one more time. Then you
Hebrews
can bring that yours.
11:6. But without faith, it's impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Notice it says diligent. The elders are diligent. That's why the scripture mentioned by this the elders have a good report after defining what faith is. Because those men, their diligence will brought me out of the darkness to the light. Right? And that's what this whole ministry is about. Admonishing, exhorting, defending, preaching, teaching, growing. The scripture speaks about growing in the grace, man. You can't be on the same level 3 weeks ago that you at 3 months ago, and you're on the same level, not on a lesser level. Go ahead.
And this whole thing, this whole scripture about wisdom finding us, man, being blessed that wisdom seek themselves, man.
Okay. It's just like it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you put on one video and you get no views. It says no views. Guess what? Esau can misconstrue the numbers. Esau can shadow ban you. Remember, the number one view you want is on high. You need to be focusing on that view, their view.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 1. Hear therefore, you kings, and understand, learn, ye that be judges of the end of the earth, give her ear, you that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations.
Yeah, but you just read it, man. You gotta edify. You just gonna read that and I'm gonna go. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, young ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. So every precept, who are the judges? We are. We the judges. The Israelites are the judges. So it says what? It says, hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn. It says, hear, understand, and learn. And go back to wisdom. That's a lot right there. Hear, understand, learn. That's heavy because I gotta, man, I love the elders of Great Millstone, man. I really do. I don't even know this man, but it says to listen, to understand, and learn. All right? This is Romans. This is Romans chapter 10. Romans chapter 10, verse 13. Whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. That's really Israel. The name is Yahawah and Yahawashi. Okay. How then shall they call on him whom they have not believed? Remember there was a falling away. The Lord told Jeremiah, he said, thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage. So that was a falling away. So we had to forget who we were. Okay. Roots showed you that. Your name is no longer Kunta, your name is Toby. Right? You know what I'm saying? So and how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? So the reason me bringing this out, because when you have brought out Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 1, Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 6 and 1, Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 1.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Wow. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. It says, understand and learn. I thought it said here, it said understand and learn. But how do you learn? You learn by listening. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You learn by listening. So by hearing the preachers, the elders out there, that right there is a prime example. But this is going back to wisdom. That's heavy. Wow. Hold on. Romans 10 and 14. How then shall they call on him whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? Another word for preacher is prophet. And I got you right here. This is the book of Proverbs. I got to break out both swords now. They're heavy. This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom, you are. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Like the scripture says, how can we learn, how can we believe, except we heard it from a preacher? Well, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, show my people Israel their transgressions. That's what the elders of Great Millstone, like-minded men have been doing. Right? And that right there is a blessing in itself. It's like the shepherds are calling the sheep to the flock. So everything that's happening is so spiritual, little do we know. We do know because we do know. All right? So can you read that one more time? Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 1. You see how much meat you took off that?
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 1.
6 and 1.
Hear therefore, you kings, and understand, learn, ye that be judges of the end of the earth.
In Romans 10 and 15. And how shall they preach except they be sent? Which is the word apostle means sent away. You can't preach unless the hint, you have not chosen me, so I have chosen you.
Ooh, this whole thing about being chosen.
Dang, that's heavy. You can't be sent unless you're chosen. Oh Lord. As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah saith, Lord, who have believed our report? And I open up with Matthew 13, which quoted Isaiah as well. That's heavy, man. Keep going. You got it.
Your ear?
Where we at?
I'll go to 3.
They don't know what we at. You got to call it.
We'll go to Wisdom 6 and 33 now.
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 3.
For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty for the highest, who shall try your work and search out your counsel. Right, so the Lord gonna try your works and search out your counsel. So that's heavy because going to Acts 5, where Gamaliel said, leave these men alone. It said, if it be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, it'll be as if you're fighting against the Most High. So the Lord going to try your counsel to see what your counsel saying will stand or not. Because if it's not of the Lord, it will not stand. Hence, look at Sikari. I always call them sick Ari. I used to always say sick Ari, like the elders would call him Alizé. Lo and behold, he's sweeter than the bowl of food. Go ahead. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 4. Because being ministers of this kingdom,
we are ministers, servants of this kingdom. Go ahead.
you have not judged aright,
All right.
nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of Yahawah.
Go ahead.
Horribly and speedily shall it come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places.
A sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. Not only talking about Esau, but even our people that put themselves on pedestals. Because look at Alizé right now. He used to honor the elders, big up the elders. Start smelling himself. Man, fuck the elders, the niggas, man. Oh, you. Yeah, he was talking to them like there was 2/3. Now look at him. That was from stuff down, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was expecting. See, that's people like that, man. You gotta watch out. People who are boastful, arrogant, and proud, they be the most wicked. And they feel like they shit don't stink. They feel like nobody can ever judge them except the Most High. When the Lord would say, "What you do in the dark, be brought to the light," and that's what happened.
Wisdom of Solomon 6:6. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented. Verse 7. For he which the Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness. For he hath made the small great, careth through all alike. Wisdom of Solomon 6:8. For a sore trial shall come upon the mighty.
But a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 6:9. Unto you, therefore, O kings, do I speak that you may learn wisdom and not fall away.
So that you shall learn wisdom and not fall away. A lot of people are going to fall away because they lack in what? Wisdom. A lot of people are in this because they like the way somebody talk, they like the way somebody walk, they like the way somebody move, they like the way somebody look. They're not in this for their own salvation. Right?
Wisdom of Solomon 6:10. For they keep holiness holy, shall be judged but holy, and they shall have learned such things, shall find what you answer.
So you separate yourself from the society, the Lord will separate you. Listen here, the society's sins have reached up to heaven. Separate yourself from society so that when the Lord does bring those judgments to society, you won't be a partaker of society because you was never a partaker of society.
Wisdom of Solomon 6:11. Wherefore set your affections upon my words, desire them, and you shall be instructed.
So if you desire the word of the Lord, that's why the scripture says in Revelation 1:3, I think it said, blessed is he that readeth. Right, when you read, that's food for thought. That's food for your spirit. It's food for your mind too.
Desire his word.
You have to desire the word.
That's not your people desire other things.
Desire the word is also desiring that.
And when you say wisdom is more precious than any weapon of war, any movement, any stone, wisdom, man.
Yep.
Okay. And this is Wisdom of Solomon 6:12. Wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away. Shall easily seen of them that love her, and found such as seek her. Okay. 13. She prevented them that desire her, and maketh herself first known unto them.
Right. So wisdom will make herself known unto them. Right. This is why it's so precious to have this wisdom, because to make yourself known and you're something that's very precious, meaning that you may find potential or inspiration in that. Go ahead,
Wisdom of Solomon 6:14. Whosoever receives her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. Wisdom of Solomon 6:15. To drink therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watches for her shall quickly be without care.
So this is, go back. To think thereof upon her is perfection of wisdom. And whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. Remember the scripture says, and In Job 5, it says, we shall laugh at death. So when you have wisdom, you come to understand 1,000 shall fall at thy side, but the evil shall not come near thee. The angel of the Lord that campeth around about them that fear him. There be some standing here that shall not see death. You know? So there's so many scriptures that also goes into like you waiting for that wisdom of watching. We're careful, but we're carefree concerning what others think of me. Like I'm carefree with the others, what they're thinking, because I know the Lord controls it, but I'm careful when it comes to what the Lord wants. That's the difference.
Wisdom of Solomon 6:16. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth herself favorably unto them, and the way and meeteth them in every thought.
Go back down. It says Wisdom of Solomon 6:16. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy. So wisdom is looking for someone that's worthy. Y'all reading the scriptures, man. Elder Apostle Gabar said this. You have to envision what you're reading. Like, it's simple precepts, but listen to what it's saying. It says, for she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, sheweth herself favorably unto them in the ways it meets them. So she's seeking somebody who's worthy. So this wisdom of the Bible is not something to be taken lightly. And guess what? She comes looking for you.
Wisdom of Solomon 6:17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love.
Listen here, the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. Discipline requires you to be at your absolute best when no one's watching. So what you do in your free and leisure time will show up when it's showtime. That will show up in the showtime. Prime example of that is the movie called The Great White Hope. You know, the Wayne brother character, he was eating all that junk food and wasn't trained. White man was trained, everything, got in the ring, got knocked out, got beat up. Why is that? Because what he did in his off time and his leisure time showed up when it was showtime. So for everybody who's out here claiming the Israelites, claiming they love God and have faith, when it's time for you to take that test of faith, when you pass or fail, like my auntie, she know that white man's a devil. She believe in the Bible, all that stuff. Hurricane coming down, she want to go to Orlando. I'm like, what fuck? We in Tampa area. I'm from St. Pete. Make a long story short, the hurricane came up this way, did a loop, and literally went that way towards Orlando. Bible taught that faith. Another hurricane was coming down. Should we move? Should we get it? I said, for what, auntie? I said, what about all that faith? Right? CD19 came around. She went and got the vaccine. I said, why you went and got you know? I'm older. I gotta get it. So these same people, like the Lord said, they honor me with their tongue, but their heart is far from me. You know? So discipline. People talk a good talk game, but when you by yourself, when you know what I'm saying, when you train your spirit for the spiritual warfare, what are you really doing? Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 6:17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love.
Love is keeping the law. Go ahead.
And the love is keeping the law.
I didn't see that, bro.
And the giving heed unto her laws is the insurance of incorruption.
Ooh, listen here. It says giving heed, taking heed to the law. It's the what now?
Keeping her law and giving her heed unto her laws is an insurance of incorruption.
It's a assurance of incorruption. So in other words, we left our heritage, which is the law, hence death is all around us. We would have been incorruptible if we kept the law. So going back to wisdom, and what keeps you incorruptible is the law. Well, there's wisdom in the law. Understand this. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 15. For Righteousness is immortal. Righteousness is immortal. So knowledge, wisdom, and understanding will lead to what? Immortality. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 6:19. And corruption maketh us near unto God.
And corruption maketh us near to God. In other words, put you on the level of an angel. Right? That's why fasting is like one of the quickest way to get closer to the Most High, because angels don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't drink. So you're not eating or you're not drinking. You're not feeding your physical body. So what happens is that physical body starts to say, "Oh, there's nothing to break down. So then let's get rid of all these dead cells. Let's reproduce more cells. Let's clear up all this BS in your mind." And believe it or not, when you do fast, the hardest part is really between the 10 and the 16 hour. I would say the 12 and the 16-hour mark. Once you get to about the 14, 16-hour mark, you'll start having those hunger cravings. And then next thing you know, you get to 24 hours, you be like, I'm not even hungry. But it's just that steep hill you have to get over. But fasting gets you close to the Most High, because you're denying your physical, and you're really feeding your spiritual.
Therefore, the desire of wisdom is wisdom Solomon 6:20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom.
The desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So the desire is not wisdom and understanding on this side, so that you can get the kingdom on the other side. Well, hell, on this side, because Lord gonna bring the kingdom. Right?
Wisdom Solomon 6:21. If your delight be then in the throne, in the scriptures, scepters, so like the kings of the people, honor wisdom, that you may reign forevermore.
When you read, you got to read everything. You skip O ye king.
Wisdom Solomon 6:21. If your delight be then in thrones and the scepters, or you kings of the people, honor wisdom, that you may reign forevermore.
Honor wisdom, so you may reign forevermore. Remember what the scripture says? Wisdom is the principal thing. With all thy getting, get understanding. Wisdom is the staple, the foundation. It's the reason why the Lord say to do this and do that. When you start to question, it's because you lack understanding. He don't. And that's something that Kevin Samuels always say. The world do not owe you understanding. That's true. Only way you get understanding is by you applying the knowledge that you have, which makes you wiser and gives you a better understanding of why it should or should not be done in this manner or procedure. The Lord say don't eat swine. Why not? It tastes good. Then you find out you get gout, high blood pressure, you are what you eat. What do we need Esau to tell us that through his trials and errors, through his information, or do we just not need? Do we just need to just listen to what the Lord say and not eat it? You know.
Wisdom Solomon 6:22. As for wisdom, what she is in, how she came up, I will tell you, and I will not hide mysteries from you, but will seek her out from the beginning of her nativity, and bring the knowledge of her into light, and will not pass over the truth. I guess he's checking out first. Yeah. Thank you for the comments. Okay, we'll close out the wisdom. I know what's going on in your own building. Come on. Wisdom Solomon 6:23. Then I will go with consuming and envy, for such as a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom.
Right. Neither will go with consuming envy, for such a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom. Right. A man that that will not obey or go down with the mysteries. All right. So anyway, with that being said, I give all honor and praises to Yahawah,
Hashem, YAHAWASHI, Hashem, QADASH.
This is why we rehearse the righteous act, because shit like that. Shalom, shalom.